Oh, it's on now. Oh, it's good. All right. Shalom, shalom, Shabbat shalom, everybody. I am not going to be before you long, trust that. But I do have wisdom to share with you today. I made a post, and it is very, very serious to understand that this is the place where you get a balanced teaching, a balance between how to feed your soul and your spirit. This is, I have learned to embrace that call. This is my call. Every people that teach the gospel does not have the same call. You have to learn what is your call and you stick to that. What I teach in my journey, in my call, if it's not the food that you desire, you search for a teacher that will feed you in where you want to be fed. So I have to embrace where I am, and where I am is to feed the spirit as well as the soul. And I kind of want to give you some wisdom about that this morning. That the foundation of life, if everybody could hear me online, I want to make sure everybody could hear me.
So we have people on Zoom. Would you like for them to come online?
It's up to them.
Okay.
It's up to them.
I'm going to bring this closer so they can hear.
Yes, ma'am. But the foundation of life, living every day when you get up in the morning and you live life, the foundation of life is to learn how to balance your soul with your spirit. Now, this is the house of study, so I'm going to ask a question and I want y'all to answer me. What is your soul? Let's start with you first. What is your soul?
Your soul is your innermost part.
Okay, I'm come back.
Your soul is the part of you that controls your will and emotions.
What about you?
Your intellect, your way of thinking.
And you?
Your emotions.
So emotion, and what you said, intellect, and what you said?
Will.
Will. You have
Desires.
answers?
Your soul is all of it.
Mm-hmm. Is your soul is your will, your intellect, your mind, your thought,
Emotions.
your emotion, your will, your thought,
Your desires.
your desires. One more? That's it? Okay. That is your soul. So the balance is the soul and the spirit. The thing is, a lot of us believers assume, whether consciously, unconsciously, because you are taught that once you are saved, you accepted Yeshua as your personal savior, salvation sip through your soul and change you, and that is not true. Wow. Salvation is your spiritual walk with God. Your soul is what you use to live on earth. Whatever that's going on, okay, let me give you an example. Anybody already know anybody that is that speak in tongue but have no integrity? Do you know anybody who have great spiritual talent who could teach and preach but doesn't tell the truth? Right? So do you know anybody that that's prophetic, that could see things, that could see angels, but they have no characteristic, they have bad attitude and don't know how to communicate, don't know how. Okay, so you could see those two, but we assume because you could see angels, you could prophesy, you could teach, and you assume that's supposed to sip through your soul, which is your mind, your thought, your intellect, your desire, your will, your conscious, your subconscious, and your conscious mind. You assume all of that spiritual, intellectual, or intelligent, or superpower supposed to sift through and cause you to have integrity and cause you to be an honest person and cause you to have better attitude and cause you to see things in different views, know how to communicate and know how to have relationship, and that does not happen. And a lot of believers struggle in that area because you feel like, well, I could see God, so he must be okay with it. I could prophesy and I could see, and I know what God was going to do, and all these spiritual things that you do, and you could teach them, like, girl, you should preach that word, and you still not a person that is stable. You don't know how to be honest. You don't have a balanced life, because those two are two different things that you have to work in your life. It's not the same. That's the reason why, you remember the scripture when the Lord said, depart from me, for I know you not. You prophesied, you healed the sick, you did all the spiritual things. I know you not is in the soul, not in the spirit. Because why would he say, I know you not, when his spirit blew, when he blew, that is his spirit. That's so he can't say, I know you not. It's that soulish, meaning that you had no connection with me. I gave you a soul, but it's up to you to connect your soul to me, not up to God. But when we go to church, we assume, when we are taught, okay, I'm saved, sanctified, so that's mean God must be pleased with my no integrity self. And God will understand when you say one thing and then you do another. You're not a stable person. Your word is not your bond. You assume God is okay with it, because when you get up, you can preach again. You get up and you prophesied again. You get up and you do all this stuff, and you assume that God is pleased with that. And what we don't understand, that's two different entities in one body. Everybody understand what I'm saying? So you have when you feed your spirit for you to grow in your spiritual relationship with God, it's a whole different ball game when you have to work out your soul daily. How you think, how you view, but we skip over that and jump in the spirit realm. Because, I could prophesy, and some people could prophesy you and tell you about the day you were conceived. They could see everything, tell you your social security number, tell you what happened, what trauma you've been through, all this stuff. But have no integrity, don't know how to communicate with people. And then now this new thing is, well, that's because I'm an introvert. You keep using excuse for you not to learn to get along with your brothers and sisters, not to learn how to communicate with people properly. So we start using stuff that people are saying now. Oh, that's because I'm an introvert. What's that got to do with you learning how to communicate with somebody, learning how to get along with people? And we call ourselves this, and so you could go in the corners, just me, myself, and I. So meaning you have some people that's so spiritual, and you heard that, that don't know how to live life. So you go in the corner, just me, myself, and I. Just what happened when you do that, without the balance of the soul, you become an open prey for spirits. Because that door of the soul is not attended. So they go through that gap. And you think it's all God in this corner, that you are dealing with this spirit, and you assume that it's God because you prophesy and you doing this and you healing this sick and that. And that door is not attended to, so spirits are coming through. And you assume that it's God.
Wow.
Because you have not attended to the soul. Because why did he give it to you if you don't need it? If it's not important, you just having these spiritual experience, just you. My spiritual experience is how my relationship is with you. I cannot have these spiritual experience in my prayer closet, but when it comes to talking to you, I can't even get along with you. I can't talk to you. I'm offended, or I'll offend you. I can't. I have no integrity. I say one thing and I do another. People can never count on me. I can't trust you. That's soulish. How can that work in a relationship with God? How can you assume your relationship with God is okay by having a relationship with something or someone you can't see because he's a spirit. How do you know it's him? How can you identify that your relationship is actually with Elohim? Because there's many gods. There are many gods and many spirits. How can you identify him? Speaking in tongues, so does witches. Laying in sick, laying hand and sick. Do you know witches do that too? I believe me, I know some stories. They could heal the sick. That's why they go to the voodoo people. And they come back out healed. What is the difference then? The soothsayer, you go to the psychic, they could tell you about you. You read your palm, they could tell you about you. So what is the difference? You know how you dance and you shout? Do you know in voodoo seance they do the same thing?
Yes.
I've seen it. And I'm like, wait, the church does that. So what is the difference? When you dream dreams and you just assume this light come to you and speak to you. Well, didn't the Bible tell you that he will come in the form of a light? That he will... Okay, so what's the difference? So I'm going to tell it to you like the young people will tell you. It's how you vibe in the natural to know that your relationship with God. How you vibe. Some people could be spiritually endowed, but you don't want to talk to them. They're like, ugh, you can't stand, but they have that spiritual thing that you need, but you can't talk to them because they don't have that loving and integrity thing going on. They mean, nasty, offensive, and they put it on God. Because that's the prophetic. This is the prophetic. The prophetic is hard and we just start naming stuff to be comfortable where we are because we don't want to work out our soul, our character. That's what when you say something like, well, that's so mean. Don't do that. Don't talk to each other like that. You can't even have a conversation with a person who said they saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost. You can't even have a conversation where we agree to disagree or have different perspective. I want to argue with you. Oh my God. But I promise you, I'm saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost with a mighty burning fire. But you a liar, you a gossiper, you mean, you just, this is so much. No integrity, no nothing. Be late about everything and then you just get to my, it was me and the Lord were talking. Don't want to acknowledge when you're wrong. Don't want to ever acknowledge, you know what, this is wrong, you're right, I'm so sorry. You can't see your wrong. So it is a big difference. That's what life is about. Balancing the spirit and the soul. You can't just attend to your spiritual call. And he told you that in the Bible. You've done all of that. You prophesy. You heal the sick, but depart from me. What's departing? Not the spirit. This is why I teach about the mind. The Bible said, transform, not no spiritual gymnastic. Transform by what? Renewing your mind. And how do you renew your mind? You don't mind renew. I command you to renew today. Woo! I declare and decree that my mind, my mind is renewed. That my mind. A lot of stuff that I hear Christians tell me, I gotta go pray about it. I just want to tap and say, excuse me, can you stop praying for a minute? the angels tell you there's nothing they could do for you. You know, heaven said there's nothing to do. You got to go do this for yourself. I got to go pray. Especially if I mentor somebody, I was like, you got a stinking character, you got this. Well, I just got to go pray about it. Pray about what? What does that mean? The first thing you got to understand, prayer is a conversation. You're going to go have a conversation about your stink character? Really? What is it supposed to say? Oh, you know what? They just told you that's a lie. You know, because you good with me. You prophesied. You remember, you do all this miracle stuff. So you fine. Don't listen to what they say. Is that what the prayer going to say? I got to go pray about it. So we always say no to, especially to the leaders or the mentor that's character-making mentor. But we want the people to sell us those spiritual things. Oh, you're so wonderful. You're so mighty. You're so faithful. Look at you. You great. No, don't listen to what the people saying about you. What you saying is, let's focus on your spiritual gift. Don't listen to what they're saying about your soul. Let's focus on your gift and how wonderful you're gifted you are. You prophesy. You could see God. You see angels. Let's focus on that. What they're talking about is your soul. Don't pay attention to that. But that's the very thing that he said, depart from me. So living life is learning how to balance your spiritual walk as well as your soul. The things that someone will say about you have to do with your soul. Though the conversation that we have, you don't communicate. You don't talk to each other. That has nothing to do with your spirit. They have to do with your soul. And a lot of us stuck in one place refuse to move in the soulish realm, which is in your mind, your conscious, your subconscious, your will. And you ever hear about you got a strong will? That's your soul. You stubborn. That's your soul. You don't obey. That's your soul. It has nothing to do with your spirit. You're so disobedient. And usually 99.9% what your parents told you when you was young, you still operating in it when you are older. You just changed the name. You heard all your life you've been stubborn. You heard all your life you strong-willed. You heard all your life you disobedient. You heard all this stuff. It's still there. It's prego. It's all in there still. And if you're not conscious of it to change it and transform it, you're still operating in that. How many of you heard that you've been strong-willed since you were young, right? It's still there. You still strong-willed. It's just changed. The narrative changed as you get older because life changed. So you're not strong-willed as a little girl. You're strong-willed as a grown woman or a grown man. So what do I do with that? Exactly. Your job is to go on a journey to find out how do I change that. It's not going to change through prayer. Oh my God, I know I just really upset a lot of spiritual people. What do you mean? Prayer changes things. That's what you say. The word of God did not say that. You're supposed to make the change. You never prayed for something and the thing didn't change? Y'all never prayed for something and it didn't change? Nobody? Right? Y'all not going to be honest. And you wonder, well, what? So isn't that proof that tells you? You've been praying about certain things about you that have not changed yet, right? Correct. Okay then. The proof is in the pudding. It's not going to go through change. Because you sit there, that's just alternative reality that you created for yourself to go in the spirit and start praying. Lord, fix me. Lord, I'm tired of doing this. I don't want to do this no more. Lord, I'm tired of lying. Lord, I'm tired. I don't have no integrity in my character. I'm tired of the way I'm so mean. And I don't talk. You keep praying about stuff for you to change. Lord, and if I bring this up to you tomorrow, I got to go change that. How? What's the first step of changing that? Pray?
Recognizing
the problem.
Exactly. And then what you do next?
conscious and aware of it, so that if it happens again, you know.
But then the question is, that's a very good one. Now the question is, when it does happen, you do it again. Don't you owe yourself an explanation? Say, well, wait a minute, I must be going by because it keep repeating. It sounds good when you say that. Just recognize it and do something about it. That sounds good. But when the next conversation you have, it came up, and then look, you're like, oh, I gotta keep trying. You're not trying, because let me give y'all something for free. Most of the time, I wish I had my brain to show you. When something move into, it's not here. When something move to your consciousness, somebody bring it up to you and said, you have this and this is going on. It's in your consciousness. Soon as it's brought up in your consciousness, life brings it to you. The next step is what you've been told. And you're not conscious of it, because soon as you are told that, and that situation brought into your consciousness, your defense attorney comes and say, no, that's not true. And then you move it back into your unconsciousness. No, I don't see what they're saying is true. No, that's not. And that argument, that mental argument, take place and refile the information in your unconsciousness. So when life brings it up to you, you unconscious about it. So you fail the test over and over. Your opportunity to transform, because soon as it's brought up, the argument in the courtroom of your mind made you say not guilty and put the information back in your unconsciousness. So life brings it up. You are unconscious about it, right? Because you filed it in your unconsciousness. So when life brings it up for you to transform, for you to practice to do different, you miss it. And the cycle repeat and repeat, because the cycle only repeat from the unconsciousness. So when you file it back into unconsciousness and it's on repeat, and you went, I don't know why I can't change. I don't know why I keep repeating the same thing. I don't know why I keep telling the lies. I don't know why I'm so unstable in everything that I do. I say one thing and I do another. Nobody can trust me. It keep repeating because you filed it. Your attorney filed it for you in your unconsciousness. And the reason I keep saying your attorney, because nothing happened without your permission. You have the power to change. You have the power to not change. Nothing happened. Even the devil can't do anything without your permission. You've given it unconscious permission and you don't know it. That's why I tell people even about social media, things that happen. When people just keep trying to steal your peace and steal your mind and impart poison in your mind, it's up to you whether you are going to believe it, you're going to listen, or you're going to shut it off. Because it's you. You have the power to stop it. All this blaming to mind, it's their fault, it's that fault, it's their fault. If I'm being abused in a relationship and the abuse continue, it becomes my fault because I never moved. I didn't leave. It's not their fault no more. It's my fault. I know society don't like to hear that because it's never your fault. There's a TV show that I watch every time because it's a serious. And that woman always tells those victims, it's never your fault. I could repeat it when she said it with law. I'm like, you lying. You got to take responsibility because it is your fault. You are in control of your mind. Do you all understand? You all may have to repeat this again. Go back and repeat this teaching because you're not going to be able to grab everything all at once, because wisdom, you can't eat wisdom as a whole fruit. You got to cut it up and eat pieces at a time. So you got to go back and play it over and over and over again for you. Y'all never hear a teaching say, well, I didn't hear that the first time? Because the mind take it and chew. You can only chew a piece at a time. Just like when you eat. You don't eat the whole plate. Because something's wrong if you do that. You cut it up and you eat pieces and you chew. It's the same thing you do spiritually and when you're learning. So you go back and listen to it. If you serious, remember the scripture said that. If you serious about transforming. If you're not, then you're like, oh, praise the Lord, amen, and you keep moving. You waiting for the next drugs, the next teaching. Because that dopamine in your mind, all you want is, I like when you said that. Ooh, okay, good. And then you wait for the next person. Ooh, that was good teaching. Ooh, that feel. You're not serious about transforming. You don't hear people go to people and say, what is it about me that you don't like? Or what is it about me that you wish that could change? What is it about me that bothers you? We don't ask people that. We only ask people what's good about me. Well, you never said anything good about me. You never praised me. You never compliment me. You see that? That's what we want. That's that drug again. That's the brain. That's the way it operates. But you don't really want to hear. But can you tell me what's really bothering you, or what is it about me that you wish I could change? What is it? Tell me, what is it about me you feel like I could change? And those things are actually the one that's keeping you from going to your next level of life. Can somebody repeat to me, what did I say about your defense attorney? What do you remember I said about that? And for those of you, I want you to type it for me. What do you remember I said about your defense attorney a few minutes ago?
When someone brings that to your, when
Grab the mic so people online could hear you. Testing. Here you go. You could have them. Okay.
You said that when that part of us is presented, then we kind of like have a conversation with our defense attorney, and no, I don't believe that. That's not me. And at that time, then we're putting that particular action, back, way back in the back of our mind, and because it's planted there and we rejected what has been said and repeatedly being said, then we're just blinded by, we don't change. That's why we continue to go over and over or repeat the same behaviors and attitudes and things. Because we just let that, you said, no, that's not me, dismiss the thought, our subconscious or our, want to put it back there in our mind, and it's just back there. Enabling us to see.
I want you to write down what I just asked. Okay, so do you want to try that too?
Your defense attorney is in our mind, and he kind of helps us defend ourselves. So if you say, okay, well, Blanche, you're stubborn, my defense attorney is like, no, you're not stubborn. No, you're not having issues. No, it's them. Like, it's always, I guess, fighting. It's helping me fight against what I need to change. It's defending me against that thing that I need to change. It's defending me against myself.
Okay. One more.
Okay. When you were talking about your defense attorney, I immediately thought, when you were talking about the defense attorney coming to defend you and tell you, no, it's not you, oh, you're not that bad, he's either going to get you to reject it or get you to, water it down. You're really not that bad. So you really don't need to work on that because you're not that bad. You can work on something else, but not that, that's not truly a problem in you. So it keeps you going around in a circle. Because you keep thinking you're all right, even when someone presents something that needs to be corrected, your defense attorney, push you out the way and say, no, wait a minute, you're not that bad.
Okay, I want to show y'all something. The reason I asked you all about that is an example. First of all, out of everything that I said, that was one of the most important wisdom for transforming your mind. That was very important. But all of you focus on the defense attorney instead of the information. This is the way the brain operates, and that's why I asked you that. All of you focus on, this is what the defense attorney is doing to us. But the most important part about that story was the fact that the information that was given to you. That's okay. I'm glad you're excited. The information that was given to you, your defense attorney caused you to put it in your unconsciousness, right? Here come the next part of what I'm saying to you that's most important. You focus on what the attorney have done. But the point is, life brings that what you were told. You don't have integrity. You are a liar. You lie all the time. Your word is not your bond. Your defense attorneys put it away for you. But the most important thing is, life brings it to you and you are unconscious about it, and it's causing you not to transform. Let me tell you another secret. The defense attorney will always be there. You have to strip the power that you're giving to that defense attorney. Because the defense attorney is not going nowhere. It's up to you to say, that's not true. That no, I'm not going to believe that. What she said was right. I have a lack of integrity. No, you have to do the argument against the attorney, because life just brought it to you for you to pass your test or for you to rehearse to change. That's why life bought something for you to show integrity. Bought something in life for you to say, you know what, I'm always saying I'm going to do one thing and I don't do it. And life just brought it up. You unconscious about it because life brought it up for you to practice, to transform. And you missed it. So while I ask you again, you focus on what the attorney is doing. The attorney's going to be there. But what did you say to the attorney? What did you say? No, that's not true. No, that's no.
Yes, accepted his advice.
Exactly. You busy worried about what the defense attorney is doing. When I tell you to fire the defense attorney, don't mean it's not going to go away. You fire them because they have no power to work for you. Because now the information you were told, like if somebody tell me, okay, I made an appointment with you, I'm coming over, and I'm gonna, in my mind, I already like it. She lying, she know she gonna call me and gonna tell me she ain't coming. And I'll be dog if you didn't call me and tell me I ain't coming. That's your character. So if I tell you that, and then now somebody made an appointment with you, that's the practice. You remember what I just told you and say, you know what, I need to change that about me. Let me do the opposite. Life just brought you an example for you to transform, and you missed it. Why? Because you are unconscious. Because the information was filed in your unconsciousness. That was the most important thing that I've told you. But I wanted to show you how your brain operates. It only focuses on the attorney. Do you all understand? So you convince yourself the attorney is you. Ain't nobody on the outside. My head just fell. And we on live. Glad they say Aaron lies on hell, right? The attorney is you. He did about that. She just lied. She just being mean and don't want me to succeed. And she just being mean. She just don't want me to have no man. She just don't want me to have, because that's you. You have to get up and say, you know what? That's not true. Let me look and see. Do you know what? I do have this bad habit. I got to cut that out. You always think somebody telling you something to hurt your feeling. Why are you that important that somebody just want to keep hurting your feeling? Why do you think somebody going to spend their time to just offend you? Could it be some truth to what they said? I'm not sure if any people, I know I'm not one of them, going to waste my energy just to tell you stuff to hurt your feelings. that have no content, no value. Always remember, you got to, things come in through life to transform you. You missing opportunities to transform. And then they, I don't know, but I guess, but this instant was different because, you know, I had to do this and I had to do that. It's the same thing. You just keep using life as an excuse. What y'all say up here?
Elder Lady Sylvia said, your defense attorney opposes the truth that you need to address.
Exact. I love that. Say that again.
Lady Sylvia said, your defense attorney opposes truth that you need to address.
Exactly.
Gloria Lewis said, yes, that's correct. Our wax on, wax off experience teaches us how to fire our defense attorney. And Prophet Dari said, the attorney defends our own offense inside us. It prevents us from transforming.
Exactly. Now, all of this wonderful stuff that we are aware of and conscious of that moment. Now, I wonder what next week gonna look like. That's the part that's important. It's right now. Everybody just said what you just said. All of y'all online. You just said it. That means it's in your consciousness. Let's see what's going to happen between now and next week.
Sometimes not even that soon.
Are we going to repeat this again? Then somebody, because there's nothing, I'm going to tell you. Okay, just think about this before you answer. Has anybody have told you about you never heard before? If somebody says something, you this and you that and you did, whatever it is about you or the experience with you, is it something you never heard before? Ever in your whole life?
No.
I want y'all to answer online too. Is it new? No one never said that to you ever. Huh?
I heard some of it repeated, you know.
I want you to see what you just did. You see what you just did? Some of it repeated because why? The brain is unable to go straight to the truth. There's something up in your brain that is unable, that is so weak. And listen, that the truth hurts. So I have to re-say it in a way where it doesn't hurt that bad.
Could it be that, you know, maybe we just don't, you know, believe some of this that people are saying? You know,
But don't you think after a while, after years on this earth, we just got to really put it on the table and say, you know, let me see if there's some truth in this.
Yeah.
And sometime it could be that someone told it to you. You don't believe it until you don't remember. No, nobody never told me that. Mm-hmm. But if I speak to someone in your past, I'm like, yeah, I've been told her that she's a liar. But you so much unconsciously filed it. No, nobody never called me that. Nobody never told me that.
You just answered the question.
Because what you just did is what you've been doing all. No, not some of. So you're not. Next week you're gonna be like, no, nobody never told me that.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I ain't heard that before.
Exactly. And what we're doing, we're hurting ourselves. Because you are told over and over, you stubborn, you stubborn, you stubborn, you stubborn. Now, and then I tell you stuff. I never heard that before. That's how much is in the file of your unconsciousness. But then your choices, how you roll in life, shows that you're stubborn. Because the information comes from your unconsciousness. You don't even see it. What What y'all say? Are these answers yes, nope? Is saying that nobody never told you anything? I just want to know what these answers are.
Yes, ma'am, I believe that's it.
Oh, y'all
Gloria
saying
said
that
yes.
somebody never told you. What was the question?
Gloria Lewis said no.
Nobody ever told you that you've been stubborn, these type of things.
So I need y'all to elaborate on the answer because we're not sure where the answers are coming from. Because the question was, have anybody ever said anything to you that you never heard before in your whole life?
Oh, okay, yeah. They might have misunderstood the question.
Yeah, I just want to make sure everybody. Is there anything, like if somebody said you stubborn, you never heard it before? If somebody said you just keep lying, you never heard it before? If somebody said, you strong-willed, you never heard it before? That is the question that I'm asking.
Okay, Gloria Lewis is saying, yes, I have been told. So she's saying, what I've heard before.
Okay, so that's the answer, yes. So it's nothing new. You never heard somebody say, you're so mean. You never heard that. You stare right at me like, nah, I know she ain't talking to me. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what happens when like you've been told that and you just don't believe it? You don't believe it. Is that your conscious?
That's that strong
Is
will.
that you put this back in your conscious mind?
If you're serious about transforming, you will do something more than I don't believe it. When you say I don't believe it, mean you're not serious about transforming. Because I need to answer myself to be sure what they're saying, is it true or is it not true? I need to go on a journey. If somebody said, you sow this and you sow that, I need to go check myself to see where is that true. And I'm going with the mind of, let me see. I guarantee you life will prove it to you. I guarantee this is the way life is. Something's going to come up for you to see it, but you choose not to. When you say, I don't believe, it's a choice. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Oh, let me give you an example about Apostle Burgess, my mentor. I will give you that example. When the doctor told him that he had heart failure, at the hospital, I was staying right there. He didn't believe it neither. He didn't believe it. That ain't true. But then after saying, I don't believe it, I need to go do something to change it. And he did just that. He started changing his lifestyle until the doctor started, oh my gosh. So saying, I don't believe it, and then walking away, he would have ended up dying because it's true. But you say you don't believe it and then not do nothing about it. He did something about it. Like, no, I'm not gonna accept this in life about me. So I am gonna do something to transform. And he did. And that's why you just can't go around like, I don't believe it. And that's it. You need to take that and say, I don't want that about me. Let me see, because I know this without a shadow of a doubt. Something will come up in the next moment in life. Okay, I will give you an example. And even people make TV shows about it. No, that's not true about me. No, and then something happened. They turned around and did the exact same thing. They said they're not like that. And it's funny because it's a sitcom, but that's life. That's what we do. I have another example that's going to be very funny. It was a show that I was watching that they told the lady, somehow, we didn't even know you was a Christian. We didn't know, because it was something about whether they're going to change as a Muslim or not. And then they was like, no, because I'm a Christian. No, we didn't know that you love Jesus. She said, I effing love Jesus. See, it just came out what we just said. Because if you was really a Christian and really loved, you said, I really effing loved. And the whole panel was like, that's what happens in life. the very thing you don't believe just happened. You still can't see it. And she was just like looking like, I don't know what y'all looking at. What's wrong? Not even conscious about what just happened. And then you getting older, gray hair, grayer, older, you can't move, wrinkles, bones is, you get older in life and you're still the same. Life doesn't change because you don't believe it. Tell me an example. Tell me something that you do not believe that somebody have told you over and over and again and you don't believe it. Give me an example. I know this is going to be tough. Online, tell me.
Oh, online folks.
Tell me.
Online people.
Tell me something about you that you have heard over and over again, but you don't believe it.
Anybody online?
No,
Answer
no,
yet?
no. They wait.
While they're typing, you can still say something.
Well, I don't believe I'm mean.
Oh.
Oh,
I don't believe I'm mean.
okay. That's a good one. That's a good one. So what I want you, no, before, let me ask somebody else. You're pushing the me. Rhoda, give me one. What you don't believe.
That I'm stubborn.
Okay, okay. I want you to give me one.
They sometimes say I'm selfish.
And you don't believe it. Okay. I want you to give me one that just spoke then. Yeah, I want you to give me one.
I believe all of them because I'm all of them and I'm working.
So there's nothing that you've been told that you don't believe.
No, it's true. All
Okay,
of them.
now I'm glad she said that.
Got one more.
Okay, one more.
Lady Naomi says that I am a person that does not show grace.
That does not show grace. That's what you don't believe about you.
Yeah, I guess people say that she does not show grace, and she was like, no, I don't believe that. I
Okay,
do show
okay. Now, I want y'all to take that piece, put it on the table, and I want you to literally ask yourself, bring your mind, your conscious, subconscious, and say, show me, is this true about me? And when you say that, you will see the next thing that's going to happen. You be conscious about it because it's going to answer you. And sometimes it could be something that will come back and play in your mind like a movie to remind you when you were mean, when you were stubborn. A movie will come back. And with Naomi, something will play back to show you where you're not showing grace. Do you understand? You could go back in your mind. That's how you transform. Start searching and seeing what did you say yours was?
Selfish.
Here's another thing y'all should do. What is that? What is the meaning of that for you?
Oh, okay.
Because you could be going by a different definition of what you were told.
That's true.
So what does selfish mean to me? What does stubborn means to me? What does mean to me? What does not having enough grace means to me? What does it mean? What is the definition of that? So again, what I'm doing, giving you steps of transformation instead of ignoring it. Take the step and find out, what is that? What does that mean? And then the people that telling you that, go back and say, can you define what does that mean when you said I'm mean? Can you define that to me when you said I'm stubborn? Because what I'm doing is what I'm teaching you to open your consciousness to receive. Because when you said I don't believe, everything, remember that amygdala in your brain, it shuts down everything. Plum, 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 plum. You can't hear nothing because you don't believe it. So information is passing by your brain left and right, going through conjunctiva. You don't, because the amygdala is standing as a guard and said, don't take it because you don't believe it. That's not good. Not good information. Not good information. So when you put it on the table, you start having a conversation yourself. You start asking, what is the definition of that? Because I'm serious about my transformation. Now you open up the door of your consciousness to receive the truth. Because the amygdala of your brain is on guard to say, don't take that, don't take that. And the beeping going in your brain, beeping danger, danger, danger to truth. What does it mean when people say you don't show no grace? What does that mean? That's what it is when you're serious about transforming your life. And you transform by doing what? If your mind shut down, can you transform? Traffic could be passing by. You'll be like, I don't know what you're talking about. You remember that movie where Eddie Murphy talking about, that wasn't me. No matter how much you say with him, that wasn't me. After a while, you just start believing that because that wasn't me. And then what you said, ma'am, you said, I believe everything that somebody else said. Now, that's different. Yeah, that's true. They said I'm stubborn. They said I'm this. They said I'm that. If you know it's true, now you need to put it on the table and say, then why have I not transformed? Because I'm saying I know it's true. What is it about my mind that know that it's true, but I'm not giving myself to transform from it?
Now, it's different. It's different. It's easy. It's easy to say. It's easy to say. But when you come up against that situation, all that happens is faces change.
I don't have what?
All that happens in each situation is faces change.
If facing?
The faces
Faces
change,
change,
but
but
it's
the
just different people.
Yeah.
Different people.
Like it might
Saying the
be,
same.
like it might be, you might go through something over here, and it might be your brother and sister, and you say, okay, I'm through it. You get over there, it might be your boss. So all that's happening is faces change.
Oh, that's a very good one. I'm so glad you said that. Because we're focusing on the materialistic, under whatever vessel that's operating, we're focusing on them instead of the situation.
That's
what.
The situation is what you need to focus on, not the person. Like if a person come and scam me, and another scammer come and have another face, am I going to let them steal my money too? Or am I going to recognize the scam?
That's it. If you can, that's it. If you can recognize,
But you can.
you gotta work to.
You have to make yourself recognize this situation. It's like otherwise you're going to keep having 10 husbands. Because every time a husband come, they have a different face. But you still having the same failed relationship.
Same situation.
kind of like a deja vu.
You could call it that.
But see, you still have it. But I may be
Use
at
the mic
home
so everybody
and,
could hear you.
I may be at home and I see this deja vu, and then I may be like in the mall and I see the same thing again. So I guess what I'm trying to say
If
is
you,
that
it's exactly, if you have the same man
yeah.
with the same attitude, you being attracted to them, it's not them, it's you. So I got the faith to my, it's a different face, a different man, so it might work out different. You living in an alternative reality. Because you keep attracting the same mess.
So then it's us. It's not the situation. It's us.
It's the situation in you. It's the situation in you. And that's why it's repeating. It can't repeat from the spirit realm on the outside. Nothing live outside of a body. Spirits need a body to operate, right? Even Yeshua had to get a body to come here. Because that is the protocol of earth.
Gotcha. Well, see, I can do that now. I can understand now. Because, I kept having the same experiences, and I'm like, and then I said, wait, the faces just changed.
That's a syndrome of let me see if I can find a proper name for that. That is a syndrome of you remember the prayer that I have in the prayer book? Father, open up my eyes inside out. The eyes on the inside is shut down, but your eyes on the natural is open. Your spiritual eye, that's for you to see you, that you blind.
That's what it was.
I need to see me in every situation. When I'm speaking to you, I need to hear what I'm saying. I need to hear the vibe. Talking to Naomi. Sometimes when you're talking to somebody and they're like, you're not showing grace, you being mean, you doing this, because you're not listening to the vibe of your own voice. You're not listening to the sound, to the spirit that's coming out of you. And you may have one intention, but by the time it come out of you, it's like blood. It's purple on the outside, but it's red when it come out and hit oxygen. So when it hits somebody else's life, it comes out different. Because you don't pay attention, because your intention is, I don't mean no harm, I'm just telling the truth. No. That's your intention. That's what you tell yourself. But you don't pay attention to the journey of your communication that's coming out and hitting other people. You don't pay that no attention. You only pay attention to what you said, what I meant. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I meant. I didn't mean to say that. That was not my intention. Because you don't pay attention to your intentions.
Wow. That's big. Wow.
That was deep. You don't pay attention to your intentions. When I speak to people, I pay attention to the intention. That's why I say certain things. Because I'm saying things to kill certain intention that it may sound like, look like. So I'm already dealing with it by saying word. And you're like, why are you saying that? I know what I'm doing. I've learned to communicate in that manner. Before it even come up, I'm killing it. That's the way you should communicate. But we just say stuff, and you let society just giving you all these what do you call that, initials and all the other stuff. You don't want to talk to people, and then you wonder why stuff happened to you. God created communication. I don't care what era, generation you in. What God have created will never change. He created communication. Without it, there is death. Whether in your relationship, in your business, in your divine connection, in your spiritual relationship, there is a death taking place because of your lack of communication or the proper communication. Well, I know she know I ain't mean that. You should already know I mean that. That's not my intention. I just gave you a 4 or 5 Shabbat lesson, so I ain't going to teach no more for another 6 months. You see that? But you know what? It feels good if I would have come up here and started, hey, he coming under Honda. And I see the Lord is saying that the husband is coming or the car is coming. And I see the Lord. You be real happy. And your spirit like, woo, we at church. And you still mean as silly. But if God asks me for a report of my relationship with you, it would not be good. You'll have a D or an F.
Oh my goodness. Incomplete.
Oh my goodness.
Any questions so far? I know a particular person who actually very sharp in the spirit, very intelligent, and they could see things, they could hear God, but their soul carry such a vibe. Their soulish, the lack of character, open up doors for spirit of heaviness, open up doors for chaos, open up doors for out of order. They're nasty, they're dirty, they don't see it though. And every place they go, chaos come, there's no peace. And they refuse to see that the peace that they're blaming other people for is because they don't have it within, because of a lack of transformation. Now, can somebody handle that truth about themselves?
No.
But it is the truth.
somebody can handle it.
Repeat again.
I know somebody can handle it.
You know somebody like that?
I
She
know
knows
somebody
who
can handle
can
it.
handle it.
Handle it and then transform by it. I'm going to give you one more secret for free, but y'all just need to sow a seed on that.
Amen.
A lot of things that happens to you in the natural is another language of letting you know what's going on within you.
Repeat that, please. Amen.
I want to give an example. A lot of things that happening to you, life have its own language. Life is telling you something about you. Do you know any, let's say for instance, I know somebody that always gotten a flat tire. Every time I turn around, they get a flat tire. Life is trying to speak to you. I just told y'all something extremely important. If you're conscious about life, then you'll stop and say, okay, wait a minute. If God created us in a perfect form, but because of sin in our humanity, we unable to operate according to that form. I'm telling you some stuff, y'all just better sow $1,000. Because this is some deep, real stuff that could really help you. You keep losing connection, losing friendship, losing relationship. Life is telling you something. You keep getting evicted. Car keep getting repossessed. Every time you get something, you lose it. Life is saying something to you. And until you stop, and you, that's a language. That's a different, the room just got quiet, y'all. Y'all should have been here. The whole room got, you could hear a pin drop. You could hear a butterfly flapping. That's deep. So when you learn that and you see it happening, you stop and say, wait. What is it that you're telling me? What is it that you're showing me? What is it? But we always blame other people. They're different because they're so done. Because it's there. It's there. You busy trying to fix everybody, kill the devil that would never go nowhere. That's a whole different teaching. You busy trying to fix everybody but you. That's why my teaching, my new theme is what? Mind your own
business.
Exactly. Anybody could think of something right now that keeps happening to you and you don't know why it keeps happening?
It's on, praise the Lord.
I think mine is, well, I don't think, relationships. I can't seem to form, keep, connect. Yeah. You know,
That's a very good one.
A lasting relationship. I mean, I have like relationships, job related, you know.
People
church
that's in
related.
relationship with you because they have to, but not because they want to.
Oh, I can't speak for them. I'm just. That may be the other side of the coin. That may be
The truth is not welcome in this place.
That might be the other side of the coin, but you know what?
You can't speak for nobody.
I'm just saying, right? And just so happened, I was thinking about this the other
You
day.
almost hit the edge of tomorrow and you just came right back here.
So look. So I'm thinking the other day, right? Not too far. Yeah, so the other like, my goodness. You know, I ain't got no friends. I'm just saying, right? Because I be thinking about, you know, these movies where they have little girlfriends and they all through the years, you know, right? But and then I think on the other hand, like, you know what? I really don't want to talk to nobody. You see, so then I just,
And that's what church people always say, talking about, you know, because I don't have no friend,
Yeah.
and I don't think, it, you know, God made me that way, and I'm not, you know. Yeah, we start making
so then I
excuses.
justify, well, how come I ain't, you know, ain't got no.
Nobody really call you and say, let's go for coffee. Let's go do that.
No.
So let's go back in the beginning. Let's go back. So nobody is in relationship with you because they want to. They're in relationship with you because they have to. Do I hear an amen in the house?
Well, you know what, doctor? Now, I don't want to think like that.
I know you don't.
I don't want to think like that.
The truth is welcome in this place.
Relationship with me because it has to be because we got this particular connection. And I'm just going to use this as an example. PFYI, right? Mm-hmm. But outside of that, then there's nothing.
But then the question is anybody in PFY connected with you because they have to, not because they really want to?
Yeah, that's the truth. I think so.
Okay. So I'm going to help you
Please.
if you really want to transform.
I do.
Okay.
I do. So let me say
You
that.
know, people been saying that I'm so mean.
Well,
It's whether you want it or you don't want it. I'm showing you a connection here. People say I'm mean. I don't believe it. You know, I don't have any friends. I'm not connected with anybody. I don't have a relationship. People saying that I'm mean, but I don't believe it. See the connection?
yes, ma'am. I do.
Do you see the result of what you don't believe? You don't have any relationship.
Connections, yeah.
Or you just going to keep letting the amygdala guard the truth out of you? That a defense attorney, you refuse to fire him?
Get out of here. No.
Could it be? You don't have relationship because you so mean.
Putting all jokes aside, I guess that is a real possibility.
So then what is your next step? That's where I come in as a cultivator. I don't want to tell you something. I give you the next step. I don't want to give you a good word because a lot of y'all, if y'all be honest, you get up to my boy, I don't know what I'm going to do next. I don't know what to do. But I'm giving you instruction. What is the next step now? I need to start cultivating relationship. I need to deal with myself and say, you know what? Well, let's go for coffee. Let's go for lunch. Let's talk. You know, let's start. I'm cultivating relationship and learning how to deal with other character, other people that's not like me, that don't see things the way I see things. But I will walk into their field and see how they think, how they feel. No one ever asked me, am I in relationship with you because I want to, or do I enjoy my relationship with you? You scared to know the truth. You scared to know the truth.
You know what? Yeah, no, yeah. Choose your battle.
Can I be honest?
Of course.
No, okay. I said, no, don't be honest.
No, that sounds
But it is a possibility that someone could love you, but don't want to be in relationship with you because of the way you roll.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
how I feel swallowed, but true.
Just like any family member. They're your family member. You don't have a choice. They're your brother, your sister, but you just really don't.
Yeah.
Even your mother and father. You like, you don't have no choice because they're your parents, but you like, Okay, that's the same way you are. You could love someone and not like them. That's what that means.
That is true. That is true.
So then now it's time for you to make the step and start cultivating. And stop with this introvert, outrovert. And just learn to be kind.
How to work on that?
I don't know. I didn't grow up with this introvert, outrovert. I don't even know what it means. Y'all just telling me what it means. All I know is I had to learn to just deal with people, different character, even if I don't like you. Really, because I've learned how I made the effort to learn how to do that, then I'm not going to show up in not liking you.
Right.
I'm just going to show up. And if I don't like you, unless I tell you, you would never know. Unless I'm honest with you and say, you know, I really don't like you, but I love you. You could, that's what the Bible said. You treat others as you would. So you're going to work at that from this day forward. So next time we talk, we're going to have some transformation, right?
Yes.
Praise Him. Anybody else want to give that a try?
Here's the mic. Who's next? Confession time.
Anybody online want to give it a try? Anybody online want to give it a...
You have to give it a little, so, there's like a delay, so we're still behind, I'm looking at it now.
Okay.
And so now they just heard you say, is anybody online want to give it a try? That's how the delay is.
Oh,
They
okay.
just heard it.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what was the original question? Because Lydia just had me gone. Huh?
Oh, get the food.
I have to go downstairs.
Okay. What was the question?
Lady Doris said, Prophet Doris said yes. Go ahead, Prophet Doris.
Yes to what? There's a delay online, so by the time we get to your question,
Yeah, it might be.
we moved on to the next one. Y'all should have been here in person.
Lady Monique said yes. Lady Sylvia said yes.
Yes to what?
To your question,
What was the question?
I don't remember. Because Elder Lydia messed us up. You asked us.
Oh, that is the yes to, have you ever heard this before?
No, because we already did that one.
Yeah, but you said.
What is it about you that somebody just said that I didn't when we refused to accept what someone read it for me.
I think that when we refuse to accept what someone repeatedly says about us, it's because our ego steps in the way of receiving positive criticism about ourselves. And secondly, there is also a lack of self-awareness within to improve upon what is being said. We don't want to do the work to search ourselves, to turn our eyes inside out, really take a look at what's being said.
That's when we're not serious about transforming.
I know, this is Lady Audra, she says, I know everything Coach says about me to be true, but it's up to me to transform. And when I don't, or we don't, we become defensive and tell the person, you mean you don't know me. Could it be we just don't know ourselves? We choose not to see what someone else sees. Turn your eyes inside out. Take a look and do the work. She said, talking to myself, haha.
Yeah, I know she like to write a journal. She should be writing a journal, right? I love it. I love it. So the question was, what is it about you
That keep happening.
that what?
Keep happening.
That keeps happening over and over
Okay,
again?
yeah, that was the question.
That
What
was
is
the
it
question.
about you
Y'all need to
that
write that down
keeps
for me so I won't
happening
forget.
Over and over and over again.
When I go in, yeah, what keeps happening to you over and over again? And that's when she said relationship. She keep missing relationship.
Yeah. No.
So you want to give it a try? Who wants to give it a try?
I do.
Okay.
This is
You
unusual.
know, but
I want y'all online. I want you to tell them for me.
yes, ma'am.
Put it online. What keeps happening to you over and over and over again? Go ahead.
One word. Is eviction.
Okay, so that tells you what's happening to you, because let's put that aside. So what is it that about you that people keep saying about you that keep over and over again?
I'm selfish.
What else?
I'm selfish. I'm inconsiderate. I don't think about other people. And then I eat their food.
Yes, true.
You have no stability. Have you been told that?
Yes.
Right? Okay. No stability and keep getting evicted. You don't have no stability. Do you believe it? No, I want you to go back. Because you didn't stop, so it's not true. Do you have stability? Or do you itch when you are stable? You can't stay in one place too long. Even in your relationships. Is it true?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, when you said that, I mean you don't really enjoy. I'm trying to make you go back into your brain. You have to know that you know.
Yeah, I was when I was doing it. I was searching my mind. I was going back in my mind. I was searching like. Okay.
What did you find when you searched?
Yeah, that is true. Because I've been through so much, and I know people will be your friend one minute, and then next minute they won't. And
You know what that's called? You want me to tell you what that's called? Life.
Oh, this is your revelation. Okay.
Like that's life. You can't change people. You have to change you.
That's true. That's true.
So when people are one thing and then tomorrow they change, okay, you change too. And if you get hurt, what's the next thing to do? What is it? Exactly. So I don't see the problem.
But
Do you know how many times people disappointed me? Do you know how many people I told me, I'm going to stay with you. I'm your spiritual daughter. I'm the this and that. And then they disappear. Do you know what that feel like? So that's life. No, all right, move on to the next one. See? You learn. In the beginning, it hurt. You get disappointed. But 5-10 years, you can't do the same thing. You just got to keep rolling. All right, cool. You're lost.
that's true.
So, but it keeps happening to you where you keep getting evicted because you're not stable within you. It's not about them. You're not stable in your relationship with yourself. It could be they're leaving because of you.
That's true.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, so you learn to be stable, and the natural is going to show up in stable.
Lady Sylvia said what keeps happening to me over and over again. She put financial situations.
Okay, that's a real good one. So let's put that aside. My financial situation. What is it about you that people have said over and over and over again? I want you to write that down for me. What is it about you? Because that's the way you have to roll in when transforming. You gotta journal and start putting stuff down and then start dissecting. Okay, let's find out what is that. What is it about you? Why am I where is the door that's open in my soul that's causing things to repeat itself in my life? That's real good what I just told you right there. That was good. I gotta do SOT on that one. That was really good. That was delicious right there. What door that's open in your soul? Because again, nothing happened without your permission. Because I could tell you, I was in the same place as you were when you talked about the eviction. I was in the same place as Sylvia was when she talked about finance. I was in those places. I could tell you what I did to transform from that. Instead of these people just keep throwing me out. She like,
That's not
And
fair.
what I do? Like, what I do
I don't know why they ain't fair. These people keep throwing me out.
That's not funny.
Or I can't just say, well, the devil just keep eating up my money. I had to stop and find out what is it in my soul. What door or gate that's open that's causing these things to repeat itself and make a transform. So one of the things that I've done even for about my finance, I start watching my account very, 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 very hard, and to see who's stealing, who taking, what subscription that I did not subscribe to or that keeps coming back or whatever. Refund. No, you ain't gonna touch my account. You being intentional about guarding this gate. It won't be so easy I don't care if it's $3. You're going to give my money back. Because in that practice, it made me shut down the gates. I will cut my card off to keep you from getting my $2. I'm guarding the gates. Trust me, I just did I didn't tell you to continue. No. I need every day I've been calling. I need my refund. What they do is they wait till you get frustrated and keep your money. I'm gonna frustrate you more than you frustrate me. I promise you that. And I'm doing it in such a kind way. I'm not gonna let you trigger me. I'm sorry. Did you do the refund yet? I'm sorry. I'm calling about the refund. I'm just calling about the. I'm in the same mode. I'm not gonna get mad. I'm gonna call until you get tired and say, "Let me get that girl back her money." That's right. Hey.
Creditors do that.
Huh?
Creditors do that.
What you said?
Creditors. A company you owe. Creditors.
Stranger?
Creditors.
Oh, creditors does that. Oh, okay. Well, then I'm a creditor. I credit my account. So did Sylvia tell me yet?
It
hasn't come yet. Okay. So somebody here, tell me, do you want to try? You looking at me, you want to know if I'm talking to you?
You talking to all of us. I know that. No, I guess I can try.
You could who?
You said you need to try.
Yes. What keeps happening to you over and over again?
Do you want the rest of Sylvia's?
She said, I learned that when I have financial increase, I became relaxed, spent more, poor management.
That's the final word of what you said. Financial situation, poor management, not just in your finance, poor management of life. See, what you said, we always looking at one thing, like you said finance, so let me look at my finance. But it just sipped into the finance. Poor management of life is what gets in. And it's almost like if you open up the door, termites get in, or roaches or rat, it chooses what room it wants to go to. But it doesn't mean the hole is in that room. They may be coming through the attic and end up in the bedroom, and you in the bedroom trying to find a hole. And it's not coming through there. So it sipped into your finance because of poor life management. So now I need to put it on the table and dissect my life. Where am I? What field am I operating under? Who's I'm trying to find word. Who's assisting you in learning how to manage your life? And I'm not talking about spiritually. I'm talking about your soul. Who's managing or teaching you how to manage your life? And sometimes we could go in the spirit and get spiritual leaders to teach you about spirit, and you think it's supposed to sip through your soul, and it doesn't do that. When you go to school, you got to have a teacher for each subject, for each a math teacher, a gym teacher. A math teacher is not going to teach you stuff for you to use in the gym. Right? You got a science teacher, English teacher. So you got to have a teacher to teach you how to manage your life. Anybody understand what I mean?
Yes.
And stop looking for spiritual things. You need to learn how to manage life. What about on Zoom? She never said anything. Does she have anything that you have that people have said about you over and over again that you don't believe? Now, I could prophesy to each and every one of you and tell you, but I know y'all can't handle the truth all at one time, so I just pretend. I don't know. But I could help if you want to talk. I could give you a receipt
Could it also be that you have an inflated thinking of yourself?
Mike,
It's right here.
repeat it.
Could it also be that you have an inflated realization of what you actually can do or what you actually are?
Inflate
It's not inflated, but like
your ego.
Ego,
Just like
right.
Audra was saying, yeah, your ego can stop you from believing.
right. That
Yeah.
you think
Ego,
more than what you
pride,
really-
all of that could
Yeah.
stop you from believing that. Yeah, it can. That you're unable to see you.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why the Bible said, humble yourself before you. All of that is to help you. Because if you don't carry a spirit of humility, you don't humble yourself, you won't believe it. You won't see it. So the ego have a way of blinding you. I don't care what they say about me. I'm wonderful. That's I can't stand. I know you are perfect. You are. You just. What is that word that we heard at the conference last time? You. What is it? You're shining. You're pearl. You don't need to.
Others said there's nothing wrong with you. You're, I forgot what word they used.
You polished. I believe that's the word, telling a young lady that she's polished. There's nothing wrong with you. And I'm sitting there saying, oh, Lord, that's a lie from the pit of hell. So that just, you just need to stop. If you're trying to see the truth about herself, so she could tell, no, there's nothing wrong with you.
It's like
That was Anna.
I'm sorry?
Anna said that. She said
Ayana Vincent.
she said there's nothing wrong with you. She says you just need to change your mindset and your strategies.
Who said that?
Ayana Fix
Ayana.
My Life.
I fixed my life.
Oh.
Ayana.
Mm. Repeat that again. Repeat what said again?
She said there's nothing wrong with you as a person. She said you just need to change your mindset and your strategies.
Okay. You see, I'm going to show you that marketing. There's nothing wrong with you is the only thing the person's going to remember. How could you say there's nothing wrong with me, but I need to change this? That means there's something wrong. If there's nothing wrong with you, that means there shouldn't be any other word behind that sentence.
That's right.
There is something wrong, because something is wrong that I need to transform. Because why would I need to transform my mind if there's nothing wrong? You see, it's marketing. But the brain only gonna remember there's nothing wrong with you. You know, just like I said earlier, only thing y'all remember was the defense attorney.
I heard that.
So if I come in and said, this is what's wrong with you. Oh, wait a minute. Well, look how she be negative. And this is what's wrong with you. You need to transform your mind. What else she said?
She said your mindset and your strategies.
Okay, because why do you need to change your strategy? Because the strategy that you were using was wrong.
It ain't working.
So if I said something is wrong, what you need to transform your mind and change the strategy. That's what's wrong. You would say I'm being negative. But it sounds better if I said there's nothing wrong with you, but you need to transform your mind. You see? Because you can't handle the truth. So I need to give you honey. Ain't no wrong with you. You perfect. You lovely. You wonderful. And this is what you need to change. It's marketing. Okay, I think that's enough for today. What else she say?
Lady Prophet Doris says, also she says you have to do the work.
Oh, that's another Shabbat. 6 months. I give you enough for 6 months. Lady Sylvia, tell her that I help her navigate to transform. You need to learn to manage. You need to have a manager of life to teach you how to manage your life. Well, I could give you so many scriptures on that one, but I'm not. All right. Any other question? May the Lord bless you and keep you. May He safeguard you. And I'll take 15 minutes. Oh, man, I lied.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. That's what happens when I open my mouth.
Can I say something?
But I need y'all to repeat this over and over. Listen to this lesson. I'm telling you, there's some really rich nuggets in this teaching. Really rich.
I'm really.
You
Yes, ma'am. What was your question?
Oh, I was just gonna say that. I was just gonna say. Oh, okay.
Quickly, gotta get off.
Okay. I'm just gonna say what you gave us. It's like it's almost like going to a seminar, and when you're at the seminar, and they're teaching you and telling you things, and they're saying it so fast and so quick, you gotta grab it, and then they tell you, oh yeah, go back there and buy my book. But the way you're releasing it now, we can go in here and continue to listen to it. And I was gonna say, I do believe that.
Let me tell you the difference. Before let me stop. I know exactly where you're going, and you're very right. That's the reason why I said that I am not a motivator. I am a cultivator. The motivator is doing what their job. They're supposed to. Then now you're supposed to take the information, go to a cultivator to teach you and show you how to implement what you just learned. That's what a cultivator do. That's why it sounds different coming from me. Because I'm not just throwing seeds out there. I'm going to tell you, okay, now grab those seeds. Cultivate the ground. Put the seed in. This is what you do. And then you come back, you water. You come back and check it out. And you come back and water. That's what a cultivator do. And that's the reason I said over and over again, I am not a motivator. I am a cultivator. If you're serious about your transformation, you see me. If you're not serious, then you just go ahead and keep seeing motivators. When you get serious, call me. Because I could help you transform. But people tried to change me into a motivator. And I refuse to allow that to happen because that's not my call. My call is to be a cultivator. I operate the best as a cultivator. And if you take it step by step, I guarantee you're going to come back and say, you know what? That really worked. But until you get serious about it, that amygdala will stand guard. Don't get in.
Wow. Yeah.
Reject the truth.
On his job too.
Don't take it. That's not true.
Yeah. That amygdala is on his job too.
I know.
He's not missing a paycheck
No.
because he's standing right there saying, no,
Yeah.
that's not true. You don't need to do that. That's not wrong with you. That's not what's wrong with you.
Yeah.
You all right. You know.
It's
you gonna
doing
be
its
okay.
job. Now you got to do your job.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
The lack is, it's doing its job and you're not doing yours. If you're doing yours, you will put it in order. Your mind don't know what's real or not. Remember that.
Yeah.
And you keep following something that just don't know what's real and you just living life.
So you just explained to us then. I get it now. You've been saying that for years. I'm a cultivator. And I kept saying, I said, okay, I know what that means. I'm putting it back in my mind. So you just explained to me what it means.
Exactly.
I caught it. I didn't serious.
Well, let me give you a better way to say that. I finally allow myself to accept what you've been telling me for years.
Gotcha.
You see?
Yeah.
Because it's not, I didn't just say it. Now
No.
you just explained it to me like, what?
No.
I know. But I'm teaching you this is the way you operate in life.
Oh, yes,
So
ma'am.
I'm helping you to open up your brain, open up your mind.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm finally allowing myself to accept what you've been saying.
What you've been saying.
Exactly. So that's how you exercise your brain to open up to receive truth. I know some of y'all wish y'all was here. You should have came in person. You should have been here, right? What did it say? They said this blessed me immediately. See?
Yeah.
Miss Sylvia, you should have been here. I was looking for you. Hello, ma'am. So there's a I'm gonna save that for next time. I'm gonna save that next time. And also, I will recommend a lot of you to go listen to my School of Thought from yesterday when I spoke about the reason why you miss a lot of opportunities. Any of you listen to it yet?
Yes.
You that is a good one. You put that with this teaching, you're going to fly high. The reason why you miss opportunities. It says acceptable is a whole process. Ooh, girl, now I got to write that down. I got to do a School of Thought on that one. That is a whole life.
Is a whole process.
Yes, acceptable for you to accept things. It is a whole. It's like cooking bread. A whole different process. So thank you for saying that. You see the reason why we need to be in person and connect. Thank you. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining me. Please share this teaching with as much people as you possibly can, because this is going to help somebody to transform. Somebody needs to hear a cultivator to teach them, because they're sitting somewhere saying, I don't know how to do this. Well, you know, that sounds good, but I'm telling you, And for those of you who may want a coach, life, I mean a real life, because I'm just saying a life coach, a real life coach, right? To transform your mind. I want you to reach me on hannahjoseph.com, but don't forget to pfyi.org and sign up for some of these classes that we have, and especially for Patreon. And if you're part of Patreon, these classes are already online. You could listen to them in the middle of the night while you're taking a bath, while you're in traffic. You could just put it on to bless your spirit, to answer some of your questions that you may have. pfyi.org. Share this teaching as much as you possibly can, because somebody is waiting for this answer. You have yourself a super day, and may Adonai bless you and keep you. May he shine his countenance upon you and give you peace. May every word that you heard today penetrate the heart and your mind to bring it back to your memory of the work that you need to do. May you have the desire to be serious about your transformation that will cause you to be conscious daily about your transformation. I speak that into existence over each and every one of your lives. In Yeshua's name, amen. Have a super Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom.